Hello, Anderson County. County Councilman Brett Sanders recapping June the 18th, 2024's council meeting. Third reading tonight. We had a third and final reading we worked with the City of Belton, our Anderson County Sheriff's Department, and worked out an agreement with them to provide 8 deputies, a captain, and a lieutenant for that area to provide police protection for the citizens down there. This deal was primarily negotiated with our Sheriff's Department. I know Councilman Greg Elgin, the administration, and Council of Belton had a strong hand in it, and the City of Belton will be paying the Sheriff's Department $1.2 million per year to provide that service, and it's basically a net zero, so it doesn't cost the Anderson County taxpayers anything, and they're actually reimbursing for the deputies that they're going to put on down there. So I'm glad to see the county working with our municipalities and some of our cities. It's still Anderson County, and it's a great place to live, and I'm thankful that we're able to work hand in hand with them. Also tonight, second reading, we had a $16 million investment, 25 jobs at I think it was $28.75 per hour. An old former Milliken site in a town, Belton again, that has lost over 500 jobs recently. And this company here is coming in, good benefits, good salary, good investment. So we hope to see them grow and expand down there and continue to fill the void for some of the companies that's pulled out. And it also construction, and you see people successful in a certain area, it breeds success. So that will open the eyes up of other companies that may like, hey, there's an opportunity here, there's a workforce here. So maybe not only with the police force, but these things here, we're starting to see the City of Belton becoming even better than what it already is. So we're grateful for our companies and our Economic Development Department for those. We also will allow the county, we took in, or we leased back the Sandy Springs Park, which we had at least in the past. The lease had expired. It's like a dollar lease, but once it expired, the problem you had, the county's not able to apply for grants, PARD money of that nature to actually spend money on the park down there. So that's finalized tonight, so that's going to be good for the Sandy Springs track and park up in the Sandy Springs area. So I'm looking forward. A lot of people use that. My wife uses it, I use it myself. So I'm excited to see, hopefully we can get some grant money and get a little better and safer recreation areas and improvements for the Sandy Springs Park and Mount Zion, right there at the Mount Zion Church. So I'm thankful for that. Also, there was a 13.38 acre tract that was zoned commercial, and they wanted to switch it to a multifamily. I think they're doing some townhomes there. That was the approved first reading tonight unanimously. There was also a 38.78 acre tract that came up, but it was zoned residential agricultural in a rural area up in the Piedmont, Powdersville area, out in the country. I think it's 6 and 20 road, small, narrow road, and they were wanting to change it to residential, and it was turned down by the Planning Commission, and rightly so, I think. And I know Councilman Jimmy Davis didn't really want to see that happen. He's out of town, but I'm glad to see that Council upheld the Planning Commission's decision, and it's going to remain residential agriculture. And tonight we also had we voted on the issuance of a bond for a joint wastewater treatment plant not to exceed $25 million. What people, or I'd like to share with the people, is we're at the point now we were going to have to build another wastewater treatment plant, and we got with the town of Pendleton, the city of Clemson, and can't combine forces and use the existing one in Pendleton. So that way, you know, we're not having two plants destroying or putting wastewater treatment plants close to each other. By joining forces, Anderson County taxpayers, well, not really the taxpayers, because our sewer department is what's called an enterprise fund. I think a lot of people don't understand what enterprise fund is. So this bond is not being paid by the taxpayers themselves. It is being paid by the people who sign up on the sewer, the people are already existing sewer customers. So if you're signing up or getting sewer capacity, you are paying the bond back. So it doesn't really directly come from the taxpayers, but the good thing about it is, you know, that plant up there is over 50 years old. So, you know, by us combining, we're getting more capacity, spending less money to do so, spending, it's going to be a board by administrators, 3, so everyone has an equal vote, but it's going to raise the quality and the standards of what's being treated and what's being released back, because any wastewater treatment, it gets treated back and it goes into Lake Hartwell, and that's our drinking water. And I know that the higher standards and quality that we can put in there, the better it is. So it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility, and it's also it provides wastewater treatment for everything on Clemson Boulevard. You have it's also going to the new veterinary school going into Pendleton. That plant is at capacity now. So by expanding the capacity, we're able to have the new veterinary school. We're able to have a higher quality of treatment. Plus, you know, Arthrex is on that line. If Arthrex decides to do another expansion, hey, we don't have any more capacity there. So, or if you have a small business in your own sewer, and you decide you're going to grow and expand your business, so without capacity, you're not going to be able to, and you're not going to create jobs. So I'm glad to see that's moving forward. And also, you know, last week we had a finance committee meeting, and there's like some transfers for the sheriff's department on some copy issues, and we just switched over to what's called a central square system, and the training and consulting work on transitioning to that new system, which once it's fully implemented in place, it'll make things a lot more efficient and easier, but it's just that transition right now. So we voted unanimously in the finance committee meeting to send it to council. That was approved. Also tonight we had a resolution to do a fee deal and work with a company in a area that has a high rate of unemployment, also has the lowest wage for a council district, and there's a $7.5 million investment starting out with 16 full-time jobs with benefits, and starting pay is $34.95 an hour. So it's good to see some of our overlooked areas that things like this, you know, it helps. You know, you have people getting money or a higher income, a higher quality of life, and hopefully we'll see those areas start progressing and cleaning up, or, you know, reducing the low wages in that area, and also reducing some of the high unemployment for those areas. So excited for that district. It's called Project Winter. Can't really say the name, to be truthful. I don't even know the name of the company, and they the part of the district that I had is what I actually read and was told from economic development, but they've yet to tell me the exact district. So once everything's finalized, we'll be able to share the company, and anyone looking for a good paying job with benefits can get online and try to be first in line to get one of those jobs. There was also some things in the finance committee that we discussed moving into our budget, and you know, I take pride in getting that budget done and balanced, and no tax increase, and we've actually been able to do it early in other times, but right now everything that we have is pretty much in the finalized state, but we're waiting on the state of South Carolina. Until they approve their budget, we don't really know where we are or what funds are going to be allocated, and if they're not passed at the state level, then we've got to come back and back things out of our budget and kind of tweak and make sure that we've got a solid budget. So right now, everything looks great on the budget. I know we have a time frame to when it has to be done, and I hope I think the state does a good job on the budget. But we're at their will right now. So hopefully they'll get that thing done. We'll know exactly where we stand, and we're probably going to end up having to have a special call meeting because of our time frame from here to the next council meeting. But it's always been passed, and I don't foresee the state holding anything up to where we have to do something different. But everything's looking great, moving forward. I love Anderson County. Glad to be here, and I appreciate the people taking time to tune in.